with Sportsman Dan. Sportsman Dan, I know. Rob.
Also, real quick, shout out Sportsman Dan.
Sportsman Dan, the other Dan. Well, you go. What'd you call him for? Can't call myself a countryman because I sit on my ass and don't work my land. One of these days I'll give a damn. Until then, well, I am what I am. Just call me a New York redneck. Hey, Creed, can you take me higher? You're the man, Creed. Let's go! Oh! At the track, Brooklyn ain't never coming back. Tim's on the ground in the concrete jungle. I might get into a little rumble. Bump it. Ain't nothing but a hot telephone. Bread on the farm, so I work with my hands. Just call me a New York redneck. Where's the banjo? Play that fiddle thing. What's up, y'all? Welcome to episode 20 of the Sportsman Dan Show. I know I haven't posted an episode here in a little over a week, but I'm excited to get back to talk about, well, the Norfolk Tides, the Baltimore Orioles, and some baseball cards. But firstly, I do want to plug, I'm getting as you can see, I'm dog sitting for my parents again while my dad is deployed. But I'm getting the Welcome Home podcast started again. My last episode was an interview with Dale Berg, and for those of you not familiar with the Welcome Home podcast, I interview veterans, particularly, combat veterans and Vietnam War veterans, to kind of give them that welcome home a lot of them didn't get when they first came back from the Vietnam War. It's very, very interesting. Some parts are pretty emotional, of course, because, discussing such a sensitive subject. But I'm excited to get the Welcome Home podcast underway again. And this past week, I got to catch up with Dale Berg, and that was super great. So I'm excited to get that going. But right now, we're going to talk about baseball, and most importantly, we're going to talk about the Norfolk Tides. I know in my last episode, I was so confident. I mean, the Norfolk Tides are going to win another championship. I could not have been more certain about this. And as it currently sits in the first half standings, the Norfolk Tides are 4-9, a run differential of -17 in the International League. They are the second worst team in the International League currently, apart from the Durham Bulls, the Tampa Bay Rays affiliate. Now, I don't think it's totally, doom and gloom, because last night Enrique Bradfield Jr. did hit his first home run of the season, which ended up being pretty decisive in a 4-2 win over the former IL champions, the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp of 2025. A bit early in the season, but this is not quite the start that the Norfolk Tides had wanted to get off to. Now, to just speak a little bit micro about last night, it was the Enrique Bradfield Jr. coming out game. Apart from that home run, he had an incredibly clutch, 2 RBI, got 2 ribby stakes on a single up the middle, and that ended up being the go-ahead RBIs to win the game. So Enrique Bradfield Jr., I know he's been trying to get the bat going offensively. I love seeing him bunt. I'm a big small ball guy and get that speed on the bases, but when the bat comes around, I think you will see EBJ in outfield for the Orioles sooner rather than later. Now, given it is a bit of a losing stretch, a slump for the Tides right now, I'd be remiss not to talk about Jose Barrero, okay? Formerly Jose Garcia. I talked about his story before of changing his last name to honor his late mother. He's batting .313 right now with an on-base percentage of .421 and a slugging of .438. All right, only 1 home run, 1 double, but 10 hits, 7 runs. He's 5 walks to 11 strikeouts. He has gotten caught stealing 3 times. 1 time, I think he was safe. He's coming out to play, and he's a gamer and a legitimate option for the Orioles at shortstop. really happy for Jose Barrero, a guy who's blossoming a bit later in his career. Additionally, you want to touch on Creed Willems, right? He's knocked in 3 home runs for the Norfolk Tides so far, batting 242, but 9 RBIs, 2 doubles, 8 hits. 10 games played for the Norfolk Tides, but I'm excited to see Creed at catcher. I've only caught 1 game so far, and in that game, I actually did get a chance to run into Jackson Holliday. It's on the Instagram. But I'm excited for this team. I'm not quite as excited. I know in my right, the last episode, I didn't have the total roster, but it looks like Will Robertson's in the outfield. I was correct about Weston Wilson, but we also have Willie Vasquez at third base. Willie's batting 226, no extra base hits, but 4 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, but also caught stealing twice. I mean, none of these new guys have made quite of an impact. Sam Huff batting 167. I do think he will get it together eventually. You also have Jonathan Rodriguez, who actually has been a huge impact to the Norfolk Tides. 8 games played, 8 hits, and batting 333 with 8 strikeouts with 8 walks. I think that's super interesting, and I love to see that. He's had a lot of great at bats for us, and a newcomer to the Norfolk Tides. Also, just want to touch on Maverick Hanley. I think he's going to be a big part of this team along with Reed Trimble. Both of them are currently injured, but when they come around, I think you're going to see the Tides go from a 4-9 team to possibly a 500 team, hopefully. Pitching wise, I think there's still a little bit to be desired. Overall, though, we're going to have to talk about Trey Gibson, right? A 5.25 ERA, that's going to come down. He should have a win. He started 3 games, pitched 3 games, 12 innings total. Bit of a rocky start for Trey, but he's the future ace of the Norfolk Tides, and I do believe that. A couple other guys have struggled who I didn't expect, possibly, right? Chase McDermott, Nestor Herman. I think they get it together. Cameron Foster. I think they end up calming down. Cade Povich, right? These are a few guys who I think we're going to end up with ERAs under 4, not where they're currently at. The last guy I want to touch on, and he might be on the Orioles sooner rather than later, is Andrew Magno. This guy's been legit. 5.2 innings pitched, allowed 1 hit, a whip of 0.71, and he's got a save to boot. Okay. Oh, and he's also started a game for us. This guy is unreal. I need to learn more about Andrew Magno, but when I'm seeing Norfolk Tides pitchers to watch, I mean, this is a new guy. No one was expecting this from him. And, well, other than, of course, the Norfolk Tides staff and Andrew himself. But I hope he continues this, and he's been super fun to watch on the mound. I mean, absolutely shoving. All right, for the Mid-Atlantic Minute today, this is Dan's Mid-Atlantic Minute. I said there's going to be more recurring segments, and there will be. However, I don't want to let perfection be the opposite of progress. So I will be incorporating more visuals, but this episode's not going to have it because I need to get my thoughts out and ramble. Mid-Atlantic Minute. I went up to the nation's capital in D.C. to see the Los Angeles Doyers. Let's go Doyers play the Washington Nationals. And let me tell you what, the Doyers put on a show. Shohei Ohtani in person is just as magical of an experience as you would expect. I've only had that a few times for a couple players. Aaron Judge in spring training, when I saw him up close in person, it was like, holy shit, that's Aaron Judge, right? I imagine that's probably what it was like to see Babe Ruth, how people felt, or Hank Aaron, or Willie Mays, right? The other guy was Rich Hill in AAA, just because of the lore of Rich Hill. And anytime, I mean, this guy was like 42, 43 years old, playing against like a 20-year-old Kobe Mayo. And he would grunt every time he threw. It was crazy. So anyway, that was one of those guys I was watching. I was like, this feels like a movie. And there probably will be a movie about Rich Hill someday, and Dennis Quaid will probably play him somehow. Anyway, I digress. Shohei Ohtani. Seeing him in person was awesome. He didn't have the greatest game. I went on Saturday up there in D.C., and by the way, had a great time in D.C. It's one of my favorite cities to visit. Museums, everything. We went to the Holocaust Museum on Sunday, and that was a very moving experience, of course, but a fantastic museum overall. Worth the visit. I love the Air and Space Museum. I love the Smithsonian Natural History. But, I mean, there was history being made on that field seeing those Dodgers. I don't think anyone's going to beat them in the NL. I was hopeful that the Mets could do it. But, I mean, Tyler Glasnow was on the bump, right? And if Tyler Glasnow is your 4th or 5th pitcher, you're going to be just fine. It really is unreal the team they've assembled. Kyle Tucker, the forgotten about piece, right? Like, oh yeah, they got Kyle. I mean, that guy's a legitimate superstar on some teams. It was really cool seeing the Dodgers, the Doyers, right? I've never seen them in person before. My grandpa saw the Brooklyn Dodgers back in the day. So, very cool experience for me. And that's my Mid Atlantic Minute, which we're going to tighten that up in the future. Do not worry. Next up, the Kobe Mayo Corner. I am the number one Kobe Mayo collector. Me and Evan, he's also the number one Kobe Mayo collector. But between the two of us, we are the number one Kobe Mayo collector. Uh, it's been a bit of a rough offensive performance from Kobe so far in the year. He started off spring so hot. Spring training, the bat was fantastic. It's interesting enough, though, his defense has been above average. Actually, if you look at outs above average, he is the best defensive player on the Baltimore Orioles. Now, people are at his throat. You know, the bat's not there. His batting average is under 200. No home runs. You know, no extra base hits, I don't think, or one extra base hit, just a double, mostly singles. He's a Florida boy, all right? He's a Florida man. It's cold. They were playing Chicago, it was 40 degrees. Kobe's bat's going to come around in time. I'm not worried. In fact, I think now's a great time to buy Kobe Mayo. Overall, give him time. If he ends up going down to Norfolk, which I'd be surprised, okay, he'll be back up in maybe 15, 20 games. And if a little longer, that's fine. You know, he's got enough. I think I think he has enough career at bats up there that they're gonna have a pretty long leash with him. In that, hey, if we send you down, you're coming right back up. We're gonna work with you. You want you as a part of this team with or without Westberg. Now, I might be wrong about that, and maybe I'll have to eat those words. But overall, Kobe Mayo, I think defensively, that has been the biggest surprise to a lot of people, and I've been very happy to see it. Offensively, everyone goes through slumps. It's been 12 games. I wouldn't write him off just yet. I'm going to be including another recurring segment where I want to kind of get some more listener engagement. I know I did some questions for interviews, but why not just do questions during the episode? So I do not have any for this episode, but coming up, we'll be doing that. Particularly, I think in episode 21. I got a little mail day here, so we're going to cover some cards here. David Sandlin, if you didn't see the interview with me and David Sandlin, please check it out. Super cool guy, Star Wars nerd, and I'll be looking forward to having him back on the pod. But this is Bowman Chrome First. You can get it for a very, very reasonable price. So I've just been stacking those. Of course, I have the rainbow, but anytime I can pick up a cheap Sandlin Bowman Chrome First, I'm taking it. This one's for the PC. This is a Stadium Club insert from 2025. Yours for the taking. Little rookie card there of Kobe Mayo. Nice little cheap edition. I believe that was $2. And then I traded some of my Jackson Holiday cards to my buddy for that Jackson Holiday ball. Oh, my buddy caught a foul ball from Jackson Holiday, and then we met him after the game, and he got it signed. But he didn't really want it. He wanted to give it to me. And I was like, well, we got to do a trade. That's how this works. So I hooked him up with a bunch of Jackson Holiday cards, some cool Dylan Beavers autograph, Bowman Chrome First, variations, some numbered stuff. But anyway, but now it's like sad because I traded with some of my Jacksons. So I got the spotlight there, Bowman Chrome. Love that card. Not the rookie, but still cool. These are cool little inserts. The prospects of Jackson, got a couple of those. And then I think just some nice Bowman Chrome. What is that from the Mega, the Moho? Low end cheaper stuff. I like stacking that now. I mean, honestly, I'm looking just to get every rookie card of Kobe Mayo. I don't need all the variations of the parallels and the numbered stuff with the autographs, right? Just the base rookie stuff. The low numbered stuff is when it gets crazy. So we're slowly stacking some of those, like, this guy, which I don't even want it a PSA 10, but I guess I'll take it. I really just want to collect them raw, right? But that is the geometric, black geometric to 10. So I'm not too worried about the autograph stuff. It's fun for me just to collect the cheap rookie cards, especially now. But now's a good time to buy Kobe Mayo. I'm also going to the National. I'm super excited for that. And my goal for the National is to complete my 1986 New York Mets autograph collection. So I want an in-person autograph of the entire 1986 New York Mets team. And I'm slowly getting there. I'm about halfway through. And I think next episode I'm going to cover that. But first, I need to do this day in history. Because I got to go to my buddies and watch the UFC fights tonight, and he wants to hit some golf balls. So Wyatt, that's the same buddy who caught the Jackson Holliday ball. So I'm pretty excited. But no, I'm excited to get this episode out. I might record another one after the fights. Who knows? But this day in history, April 11th, in 1970, Apollo 13 mission launched. The mission to the moon that turned into a survival story. Houston, we've had a problem moment. Um, Houston, we've had a problem with this episode. I'll say that. I'm not going to edit it. We're just going to do it live. But anyway, that makes sense. Houston, we've had a few problems. So let's remember that Apollo 13 mission today. Also in 1968, on April 11th, the Civil Rights Act of 1968 was signed into law. This was major legislation following the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. And this is a pretty impactful moment in history, so definitely needs to be covered. Also, in 1951, Douglas MacArthur was relieved of command by Harry S. Truman. This was a big power move during the Korean War. Pretty much Yathiad before it was cool. I like Douglas MacArthur. My grandfather liked Douglas MacArthur, General Douglas MacArthur. He's buried in Norfolk. The MacArthur Museum is there. Yes, there's something there more than the MacArthur Mall. It's not as visited as it should be, but I like the MacArthur Museum and the memorial there. And he was a very controversial figure, but he was a great general for the most part during World War II. This day in sports history, my favorite segment, Jackie Robinson debuts for the Brooklyn Dodgers. It was an exhibition game, but this was a first step toward breaking MLB's color barrier. The official debut would be April 15th, and I mean, come on. We talked about the Doyers enough today, but no, I mean, those Los Angeles Doyers. They keep making the news. And sorry, I got to do that for my buddy Pookie. We love the Doyers, and I have the best time with Dodgers fans. And I did again this weekend. I was hanging out with Dodgers fans more than Nationals fans, and that's for sure. Uh, no, last one here. 2006, Barry Bonds hits career home run number 714. I was 11 years old. I remember the next day because I missed it. I was watching on Sports Center in the morning. I was so mad. But anyway, I mean, this is kind of a little bit of a steroid controversy, right? Because I don't think Babe Ruth was on steroids. To the best of my knowledge, didn't seem like a steroid build. But hey, Barry Bonds caught him. 714. It's honestly, it's more insane to me that Babe Ruth hit that many home runs than the fact that Barry Bonds did. But for Barry Bonds to do it, he is the best hitter in all of baseball. He is on my Mount Rushmore of baseball legends because I remember as a kid being so captivated by that home run chase. That's it for this day in sports history and this day in history. And for this episode 20, I'm gonna get back to my A game. Not that this wasn't, I enjoyed it, but I've been doing a lot. I've been super busy. More segments, more visuals. I'm listening to what people have said, and more card content for sure to come. What do I got coming up? I just did a show at the Norfolk Masonic Temple. It was fantastic. And then I got another show coming up May 2nd and 3rd at the Virginia Beach Fieldhouse. So come on out, talk some sports, and look forward to seeing you all. And let's go O's and let's go Tides.